Everybody's doing well. And man, somebody might say, when's the last time Pastor Jay has done a live car cam at 8:30 in the morning? Well, I just decided to do one. I wanted to talk a little bit and just waiting for a few people to come in, and those that have that bell notification, waiting for you all to come in. It is raining in South Florida. It's not like we don't need it, we do, but it is raining in South Florida. Just to kind of cool things off a little bit. So glad to get a little rain. Wanted to share some things with you today regarding our lessons that we did the last 2 nights, talking about the Father and the Son. The Father and the Son. And we, on Tuesday night, it was revealed by Jesus himself how Jesus shared and exposed and taught that he came from the Father. Then we shared last night the Father and the Son taught, exposed, and revealed by the prophets. And I think that in a season where people have been taught so many doctrines, and I say false doctrines, and it all come from one place. It came from Rome. All of this stuff came from Rome. Having this oneness movement where the scriptures clearly state by the prophets and by Jesus himself that the Father sent him. This is why Jesus said, no man can come unto the Father except you come by me. The Father would not send himself and say, you cannot come to me except by me. If that was the case, that's what he would have said. But that's not what he said. Jesus said, no man can come unto the Father except you come through me. When will we come to the Father? On the 8th day. After the 1,000 years that Jesus is reigning on earth, then will be the time that if we are found written in the Lamb's book of life, we will be able to go unto the Father. Now, of course, our goal is to be in the first resurrection, to be a part of the first fruits of that harvest. In that first harvest, that first resurrection, Jesus being the first fruits of the first fruits, we showed last night where the Father, that thou would not let my soul rest in hell, meaning you would not let my soul rest in the grave. It's so clear what they are saying, what the scriptures is putting on the table. It's very clear as it can get. It's just that it's hard, it's difficult for people to see it when you have been taught something from a commentary. Let me say, when we say commentary, a lot of people don't study, and I hope that you're a part of one of these classes and one of these programs that is coming from the Israel God, that we're making sure that when we teach, we're teaching from the scriptures. And the reason why we teach from the scriptures and not from our own thoughts that has caused, teaching from our own thoughts is what is causing the problem today. This is what the main issue is. And I call that commentary teaching. That's when you buy a nice big thick Bible, nothing wrong with that. But when you look at the commentary notes, things are being stated without any scriptural reference. They're doctrines that are placed out there. They are agendas that are being pushed. The oneness movement is an agenda. That's an agenda that's being pushed. The commandments are nailed to the cross and you don't have to do them anymore. That is an agenda that's being pushed. So those agendas don't fit the scriptures. And that's why we have to deal with them in part. We're in between feast days. You know, we covered the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Passover first, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Pentecost. And we have some time before we get to the Feast of Trumpets. So this is why we're dealing with these little topics and subjects as we are, so that we can deal with these issues that are on the table that have become doctrines, false doctrines. If you notice that we've been trying to bring you a 30 to 45-minute lesson right here on Bethel BHG-TV when we come to you throughout the week. Perhaps on some Friday nights you'll get a little lengthier lesson, but for the most part, we're going to condense these lessons to about 30 minutes long so that you can look at the title and say, I want to send this to somebody, and they can get right to the heart of the matter. And I think that's important. So I just wanted to kind of touch base with you on that. And, you know, I had stopped looking at the news, and I still have. But what I've been doing is I go to YouTube, and it has if you are a subscriber to YouTube, you can have access to what they call the news, and you could pick the various headings, headlines that you want. So I've been looking at this Highland Park shooting, and you know, looking at what is happening in America. Let me just say the new norm. The new norm. I think I just saw Coach in the chat room. Coach, shout out to Coach, one of our moderators. And Coach, we did ask those that were on last night to keep you and your family in prayer. But this has become the new norm. The new norm, brothers and sisters. The new norm is this. The new norm are these mass shootings. They're all over the place. They're random. They're different places. I understand that in Richmond, Virginia, there was another plot on 4th of July, but because of information that came in to the authorities, they were able to thwart that plan to have, where there would have been another shooting in Richmond, Virginia. Saw that on the news last night. The person that they apprehended for Highland Park, he had plans to go and do another 4th of July shooting someplace else. So, and had the means to do so. So you can see that looking at the statistics, brothers and sisters, looking at the statistics, said it on last night and I say it again. We've had more mass shootings than we've had days in the year. We're almost, not quite, reaching about 2 mass shootings per day. That's almost the average, 2 a day. And the way things are going, if it continues, by the end of the year, we would have averaged 2 mass shootings a day in America. In America. And this is why we call this the new norm. There's another subvariant out there that reportedly is more contagious, not as deadly, but this COVID virus is still out there. We're dealing with the monkeypox, rapid and upon us, that one would look at this and wonder what's going on. But Matthew, the 24th chapter, tells us what's going on. That these days there's going to be these diseases, pestilence, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. But the end is not in it. And the hearts of many shall wax cold. But brothers and sisters, the end is not in it. When will be the end? When the temple was built? And the abomination of the desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet is placed in that temple. It's done. It's pretty much done. And if you're not up on the word and know that there's a place of safety and know that you're not supposed to take that mark of the beast, brothers and sisters, it can be very difficult. It can be very challenging. And we're looking now where what used to be the norm, the everyday norm, it's just not there anymore. It's just not there. We don't live in fear, but we also have to learn to watch and pray. Had to get my Pellegrino water in there. But yeah, we have to watch and pray now. And that's the time that we've come into. And that's the way we have to do now. We have to get to a point where we now go to a mall to just go do some shopping. We have to look for an exit sign to make sure that in case that you do hear gunfire, you know where to run at. You just have to, this is the norm now. This is the norm. This is what I teach my daughters. When you go into a mall, look around. Look for exit signs that will get you out of harm's way in the event something goes down. If you see people arguing, when I was coming up and you go to a mall and somebody say, fight, fight, you go over there and everybody will circle around and start to look at this fight. If it got too rough, you'll break it up. And the people were best friends the next day. Not today. Not today. When somebody says fight, guns come out. You better run. You better go the opposite direction. People are retaliating. On social media, people are saying things about each other. Kids, teenagers, petty stuff. And then the next thing you know, somebody goes and gets a gun and goes and retaliate. Graduation parties. There were a lot of mass shootings at simple graduation, high school graduation parties. People decided, you know what? I'm gonna have a party at the house. I don't wanna go out to a hall. I don't want to go rent a facility because I don't want anybody to come and create issues. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter because they'll come by the house and do a drive-by shooting. Nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. Nothing is off the table when the hearts of many have waxed cold. It's just not. Everything is on the table. And that's just the way it is. You want to go to a park and you want to have a simple family gathering. Anything can happen. It's just the way it is. People with guns, when your heart has waxed cold, something simple where you accidentally cut somebody off or your horn, can end up in a gunfight. That's the time that we're living in. So our recommendation is to stay rooted, grounded, planted, to do his will. And that way he can keep a hedge of protection around us, and he'll do it. That's his word. We will be protected. So that being said, brothers and sisters, I'm on my way into work. Keep Coach in prayer, her family, one of our moderators, and to all of you all, have a wonderful Thursday, which is the 5th day of the week. And blessings and peace to you. We'll see you tonight. God bless you. Peace in Jesus' name.